Today I'm going to be showing you how to shade a sphere and a cone. You're going to be drawing the three forms, so now you got to know how to shade them. You've been practicing shading, but it's just been in its own little section. Now I'm going to show you how you blend the different values into a form. So the first thing I'm going to do is the sphere. Okay, now I'm going to put the light source on this side. I drew my little sun and put where the light is going. If you want to do it on that side, that's absolutely fine. I'm doing it on the right side. So now I'm going to do the darkest spot is going to be, of course, on the opposite side of our light. When you do a sphere, it is very important that you make a crescent moon when you shade, like a kind of like a C on its side. You're not going to go straight up and down. That's because the sphere is curved. So your shading should be curved as well. It's going big here and then going thin and thin. Now you notice I'm using the tip of my pencil, so I gotta fix that. It's gotta be a nice texture. This is gonna be your darkest part. Pressing harder here. And then you notice going into a point. I'm not going straight up and down, like I said, the crescent moon or sideways C. This is the darkest because it's the one that's going underneath, away from the light source, which is right here. Okay? Now I'm going to get lighter as I go towards the light. Now my next value should be a little bit lighter. Not big jump, but just a little bit lighter. Make this a little bit darker because it's underneath. Now you notice how you can't tell where the black started or ended, and then this value started. That's because I'm going back and forth between the two values and kind of softening up that line. What people tend to run into, a problem that they tend to run into, is that they have one value, then the next value, then the next value, and they're not blended together very well. And since I'm not letting you use a blending pencil yet, you got to learn how to go back and forth with the pencil to make them blend together. The way you do that is you go, see how you could see where this stops. So you need to go back and forth and kind of spread the dark value out so you can't tell where the value ends. It's kind of like a smooth transition from dark to light. Notice that I keep keeping that crescent moon line going with the values. And notice I'm always filling in all my white spots that appear. Now, as you get towards the center, imagine that it's like a hill and you're getting to the top of the hill right here. That means if you are not at a middle gray by this point, you need to be, because you're going up, you're going to start to see the light source, so it should be going light from here. And see how I'm going back to my value to spread out the line that appeared. I shouldn't be able to tell where one value starts and another one stops. This is what makes the form look three-dimensional, the value plus the nice transition between them. I'm going to turn my paper because that's easier for me. All right, now I'm halfway. This is when I'm going to start to get light. Now I'm going back, kind of stretch out the dark values so it looks a little flat. Now, this should be really light around here because it's facing the light. Now, if you're having trouble with the light values, you remember what I said in my other demo, that what you can use is a kneaded eraser. So I'm pressing a little hard so I can show you what happens. Now, always remember to have a highlight on your sphere. It's the white spot. You have a little light here, and then you're going to have your white spot where the highlight hits, where the light hits the sphere, and it becomes a highlight. Okay, watch. And if it still looks a little flat, that means you need more dark values. Most of the time, that's what it means. And in my case, I definitely need more dark values. So I'm going to press harder down here on the sphere because it should be darker under here. It's away from the light. Now, when you're doing this, when you've already put down your shading, now you can do the wide sweeping lines because you can't see them. So this is the good time to do that. So remember with the value bars, I said don't do such long strokes because you'll see them, but here you don't see them, so you don't really have to worry. All right? It takes some practice, but that's why you're doing it. right? Remember, this is a project grade, so do your best and don't forget the cast shadow. This is all you need to do for the cast shadow. That's it. Not looking for anything fancy.